Now joined by the head coach of the Buccaneers, Mike Nienaber, and they didn't say they're going to be easy, Coach.
Well, and I got to say it, I'm going to give one of your sponsors a plug. I may need that testosterone shot right now. I'll tell you, it was amazing. I mean, I'm as proud of this team right now as I've been of a team in a long time. I mean, it just, we talked about it before the game. You get in a game like that, and you got to have guys step up and make plays. And did we have a freshman step up and make plays tonight? The crazy thing is the possession before they scored to take the lead in regulation, he made a great play and got to the rim and it just rolled off the edge. I mean, he made a great play, and that's kind of one of those that if you lose, you think there's that play that we talked about. That and they've got a veteran going in there just making plays, just trying to will his team to win, and we had a heck of a time stopping him on the penetration. But again, in the overtime, we got the tip. Adam got us the first. I don't know. Did he score the first 7 or 8 points?
Yeah, he scored the first, I believe, 7.
Yeah,
he had the 2 twos and a 3.
And the 3 was just, that was the kind that you just like when he shot it. I'm like, oh my God. And when it went in, I thought, thank you.
The funny thing
thank
is,
you, Lord.
I thought finally we were going to see him have a quiet night. Foul trouble, he never really got into the rhythm. And then all of a sudden,
you're right.
At the end of the night, there it is.
That was the amazing
16 points, 7 assists.
And the amazing thing is that he did that, but then saying that, you've got to bring up the other thing. Jordan Miller
was great,
just unbelievable. And Jordan has been struggling. He hasn't gotten a lot of minutes lately. And I told our coaches before, I said, Jordan's got to play more. We were putting Jordan, I think, into a little bit of a slump because Adam had been so hot, getting 27, 29, stuff like that. And we kind of got greedy, I think, at times, and we're taking some minutes away from Jordan because we were trying to keep Adam in there at the rate he was going. But I think the other thing that happens, I think, with Jordan sometimes is now teams have gotten so geared up to guarding Adam and going at him, and I think Jordan's getting some room to operate. Yeah. It happened in the other really great win we've had in the last month. It was down at West Al, and Jordan got us like 8 straight points in that game in the first half, and I think it was because they weren't trapping him initially, and Jordan will score in there. If he goes at the basket, he made some big baskets, and again, you compare, you combine those two, and you got 31 points. Jordan had 15 and 18 minutes off the bench for us, and Adam wound up with 16. So your freshman and sophomore centers, and at some point here in the future, we're going to have to find a way to go twin towers a little bit more. But when you got Drew playing well like he was tonight, and the other thing I told the guys in the locker room, just everybody that played, I thought gave us quality, contribution. Every guy, Tyler, who's been out, came in there, and Tyler gives us a lot. We really got to the point where we're trying to get him in there on defense because we feel like he gives us a little more at times defensively than Alex, although Alex with his rebounding has been major. But the thing Tyler did, he stepped up, and he took a quick 3 in the first half, but I thought it was good. Mm-hmm. And he looked, he just looked balanced, which sometimes he doesn't. And then, he hit the big one. He had a big one in the second half, and Cody hit a big one in the first half when the game was, back and forth. I think it might have given us a 5-point lead at the time. It's just everybody that played contributed, gave us good minutes.
Well, and you mentioned Hildreth, the court, 22 and 12 for him, 9 of 15, very efficient. That's what you look for out of him, that efficiency. And he had 1 rebound there in overtime. That was a man's rebound.
He stepped and see when Drew and there's times where and sometimes it just doesn't happen because the ball goes away from you. It goes like we got a break on that missed free throw rebound, and Drew was down there, and your first tendency as a coach and almost like a fan is to go, come on, Drew, don't let him get that. But the thing kicked off 15 feet to the side, so it was really tough. Unfortunately, the guy stepped out of bounds with it over there when he got it. But when Drew's doing that, and he got a good big putback for us there, I think in overtime. After Adam made his run, I think Adam missed one, or we missed a shot somehow. Drew got the tip in. It was just big baskets, and obviously, when you get into overtime and you get that first 4 points, and you kind of get them a little behind the 8 ball like we did, it definitely makes life easier.
I know the number that any coach always loves is that assists, 21 assists, 7 turnovers. You get 3 to 1 an assist to turnover, you're going to be doing pretty well.
Well, and that's something that if you look back over our recent good years, going back in our recent 5 to 10 year history, we've always been a team that our assist to turnover just is been like that, and we're always been a team with a high number of assists because we're getting those back doors. We're getting those kicks. You feed the post and he scores, assist. You throw the post, he kicks it out for a 3, assist. You get a back door. So we've always been a team that has a pretty high number of assists, and that has been missing. And that's another thing that as young players get more comfortable in the offense and what we're doing, hopefully we're going to start seeing that come up and be more frequent.
How important, because you had the 15-point lead, you lose that lead. If you lose this game, that's a heartbreaker. That is a backbreaker.
Right.
To lose a home game that you led by 15 with 8.5 minutes to go in the second half.
Right.
And then the way you recover and end up winning it becomes a uplifting win.
Well, and that's the kind of game you expect a young team to lose. And
I very easily could have.
Well, and I felt like the segments of the game, they got up early, and I said it was a little on me because we were fooling around with that zone, and they got a couple wide open threes, and they jumped out like 8-2, and we fought back, and we got a little bit of control. We got the lead going into the half, and came out like you said, and I felt like from the time we switched to man, and the last half of the first half, and the first 10 to 12 minutes of the second half, I really felt like our defense was what we were going on, because I can remember early in the first half thinking at the rate we're going, because we were both kind of scoring back and forth when it was about 12-12, 14 all. I thought the rate we're going, this is going to be a 40-point half, and that's never really a good thing for us. But it wound up like more 30s. So I thought we had a long stretch where our defense really was, because I didn't think our offense was just out of this world tonight. It was solid. I thought we, for the most part, got good shots, but neither team was just lighting it up as far as that. But then we had that lead, and I can remember like with 8 minutes during a timeout thinking, guys, we're where we are right now because of the way we've defended. If we keep defending, then it's going to take care of itself. Well, we didn't, and a lot of it.
But they started attacking the basket.
They were coming
ultra aggressive.
It's like the reason that I went and started in the zone, because they started just driving it, and it's the thing that's the biggest weakness for us defensively. Everybody in the league knows it. We know it. We talk about it and try to work on it. But boy, you get a guy like 33. The guys, those 2 or 3 that were driving.
Brock can get to the basket. I think it gets anybody anytime he wants.
Yeah, and I mean, and when they start doing that, it is really hard. And I think at the end and in overtime where we kind of adjusted, and we talked about it before the overtime, saying, "Hey guys, the defense let us down the last 7-8 minutes. We got to find it for the last 5 for the overtime." And I felt like the one thing we did a little better job at the end was packing in and giving each other support. When he got around it, we had a hand going at it, made the shot a little tougher, and then that's where we found Drew getting a big rebound off the side, because a lot of times we get that help and then they wind up tipping it in because we've gotten out of position, and the centers shifted over and their centers knocking it in. So we did a great job packing in and helping with those drives in the overtime, and kind of got our defense back together.
So now you got a week to recover, and then you got a road trip to Shorter, and then you go to Lee University back-to-back next week. So a couple of road games would be nice to have.
Yeah, they're winnable, but every road game in this league is tough. But they're teams that we got here that they're definitely winnable games if we play well. They're teams that are both. Lee is really struggling, but they have battled people. They've played everybody tough, especially at their place. So that won't be an easy game by any stretch. And Shorter is a tough place to go. It's a tough place to win. They got a big win. I think they beat Delta the other night. Who's was tied for first. In fact, I know they did. So that shows you. I mean, Delta's a game out behind Huntsville going into tonight, and it's because they lost at Shorter. So that's our next game next Thursday, and that is not going to be an easy game. But on the other hand, if we play the way we did tonight, I'll give us a fight. I'll give us a fighting chance.
And you get to the halfway point in conference play at 6-5.
It was
it was big. You look and there's some things there.
Oh yeah,
but
we started out 4-2, and we were looking.
6-5 feels a lot better than 5-6.
It feels a whole lot better. better. And we talked about that too going in. I said, guys, we were playing so well there before Christmas. After that tough 1-4 start, we went 4-2. We won a couple road games. We won our 2 games at home, which unfortunately we didn't do since Christmas. We haven't taken care of business, but we talked about that. I said, guys, it just would be a shame for us at the turn to be under 500 as well as we played to put ourselves in this position, and knowing it would have been the thing you'd have looked at, and again, it would have been another one tonight. That would have been 3 home losses out of 5 games, and you can't win like that. You can't compete for championships ever like that. So it was the thing, I think I've mentioned it before with you. It's the thing that cost us more than anything last year. We lost more games here last year with a veteran team than we've ever lost, and it killed us. And it kept us out of the NCAA tournament. It kept us from everything that you want with a veteran team going in. So this, and quite frankly, I think you could make a case. I wouldn't say it too loud because I wouldn't want to offend Valdosta and North Al, but I think you make a case. I think a lot of people in the league would tell you I think we may have beat the best team of the 3.
Yeah.
I think just overall talent.
They're good.
They're very good. I mentioned what they did at Huntsville the other night. Huntsville was lucky, and then that was a double overtime game. Yeah. So again, there has been a ton, and this is the first one for us this year. But there has been a ton of double and triple overtime games in our league this year, and again, it just reflects the way this league is. How balanced and how tough it is night in, night out.
Well, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. It's a good one. I'm going to enjoy this weekend. I'm going to enjoy it.
These are the kind you like to have a week off.
Oh, I'm telling you, that was another one. I said, guys, it's going to be a long week and it would have been longer, like you said, letting that lead get away. So it was big for us, no doubt.
Thanks,
for a young
Coach.
team.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.